How you doing, fellow guitar dweebs? Today I'm going to be doing an honest guitar review of my very own Solar A1.8C. All right, before we begin, I feel like I gotta address the fact that it took me a really long time to get this review started on the Solar A1.C, and I gotta say I'm sorry for that. But there's a really good reason why I didn't do it right away. Is because there's something every guitarist goes through when they get a semi-expensive piece of gear, and that's something that I like to call as the honeymoon phase. And what happens there is you're so enamored and so excited that you just spent a good amount of money on new gear, and the last thing you want to do is say something really bad about it. So what I wanted to do is spend some good quality time with this instrument and really get to know the ins and outs of it, the pros and cons, if you will, because I didn't want to give just a blatant review that, oh, it's the sickest thing ever and I really love it. I wanted to give it the most honest review that I could, so hence why it took a while. Now, truth be told, that definitely wasn't the case with my review of the Legator Ghost G7 FP, and the sole reason was that right off the bat I knew that that was an insanely good quality instrument for the cash, and I knew it was going to hold up for as long as I was going to have the instrument, and that still rings true till today. I mean, that instrument is so freaking superior to anything in that price point that my opinions have not changed on that guitar at all. If you haven't, go ahead and check out my review of that right over here. Alright, first things first, let's go over the aesthetics and design of this instrument. And I must say, this thing is both equal parts beautiful and menacing at the same time. I mean, just look how sick the black hardware accents the white logo at the 12th fret marker. I mean, you gotta really give it to them. This thing is just beautiful in and out. Now, I looked at this instrument with a fine-tooth comb, and I gotta say that I could not find any impurities on the finish whatsoever. I mean, this thing is immaculate. There are no tool marks, no overpaint marks, no nothing. The frets are placed beautifully. They look really good. Yeah, I gotta say the finish on this thing is perfect. I couldn't find a single problem anywhere on this guitar. So maybe I'm one of the lucky ones. I don't know. And mind you, I got this instrument late 2019, and ever since then I've been kind of following the QC issues that people on the Solar forums have been posting on there, such as the cracked frets on the ebony fretboard, or the logo peeling on the headstock. Mind you, mine is bubbling, but I'm never going to touch it and I'm never going to mess with it, so I don't think it'll ever come off, but that's something I'm just going to address when the time comes, and hopefully it doesn't. But like I said, it's been about 3 years and everything's still going strong. No cracks whatsoever. Again, I must be one of the lucky ones. Alright, next let's talk about the feel of the guitar. And I gotta say that this is one of my least favorite parts of the instrument, is the way the strings kind of resonate throughout the body as you pluck it. It feels kind of dead to me. I don't know why, and mind you that I did go through everything in terms of the action, the neck adjustment, the truss rod. I did everything to try and get as much life out of this guitar as I could, and I just couldn't. That's kind of like the more disappointing thing about it is that the notes don't resonate throughout the guitar, and it just doesn't feel very alive. Now I gotta say that's probably one of my least favorite parts right there. That being said, everything else about the guitar feels really good, I must say. I mean, one of the first concerns was the oversized headstock, and I was definitely thinking with a strap that the neck was going to dive down. But that's definitely not the case. I mean, yeah, naturally it does dive down, but just with a little bit of pressure, the neck stays up, and it never feels too heavy. It feels just right. And plus, I don't want to sacrifice the cool look of the headstock. I mean, look how cool this thing looks. Look at it. In terms of accessing upper frets or anything like that, it's no problem whatsoever. I mean, uh, there's plenty of access to reach the upper frets right here, so you're not going to have an issue with that whatsoever. And yeah, the overall balance is great. It sits on my lap, regular or classical style, no problem. I can access all the frets, no problem. The volume knob and the tone knobs are placed in a well spot, if I may say so. And pickup selector is right there, so you can have semi-easy access to that. But yeah, other than that, in terms of hardware placement and everything, jack placement, everything is solid, no complaints. All right, next up, let's talk about the sound of the guitar. Now, this one took me a little while to really figure out if I truly like the tone of the guitar or not. Obviously, these are stock Solar Duncan Solar pickups, both in the bridge and the neck. And I gotta say, if there's gonna be any aftermarket modifications I'm gonna do to the guitar, it's most likely gonna be the pickups first things first. I mean, they're not terrible. My only concern with them is that they could be a little noisy. In fact, these pickups are the noisiest pickups I have in my entire guitar collection. And I do have a problem with my apartment having a lot of 60 cycle hum or radio frequency, whatever you want to call it. And this thing tends to pick up a good amount of it. But, I just tend to go a little crazy with the noise gate, and that tends to clean it up a little bit more than you need. Alright, so let's check out some tone examples. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to be using the Neural DSP Pliny plugin. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on the default setting. That way you at home can judge it by that character. That there's no tone knobs or anything being messed with. Also, in my DAW, which is Ableton, I'm going to be running completely stock. No effects in the chain, nothing in the mastering, just pure Neural DSP tone. All right, so this is the bridge pickup right here. Okay, let's hear what the neck pickup sounds like. Okay, this is the middle pickup position. Okay, and one thing I really like about the pickups though is that you do get a coil splitting option just by putting the pickup in the pickup selector in position 2 or 4. So we'll see what the bridge pickup sounds like split. Okay, this is the neck pickup split. All right, another thing that I gotta mention is that one of my favorite, and I mean absolute game-changing favorite things about this guitar is the Evertune bridge right over here. I mean, this thing has been a studio godsend. I mean, I haven't tuned this guitar in, I would say, about like 3 months. That's how like seriously awesome this thing is. And yeah, obviously you can bend with it. If I were you, I'd go look at some Evertune tutorials on YouTube to see how it works. But yeah, this thing has been incredibly awesome. I mean, again, guitar has not been tuned in 3 months. What more could you want? If you want more information about Evertune, just go ahead and look it up. I mean, it's seriously a really, really cool system. And that's probably one of the reasons why I would maybe never get rid of this guitar, is because of the Evertune system. Alright guys, that's my honest review of the Solar A1.8C 8-string guitar. If you want more reviews just like this, just please go ahead and like and subscribe, and go ahead and put something in the comments to let me know what you want me to review next. Sky's the limit, or if maybe there's something you want to go ahead and send me so I can review it for you and everybody else in the world, let's do it. Why not? Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. Take care.